Another exciting Monday edition here. I'm Mazino Peel, and I'm here with my amazing co-host,
Mary. You should have just said my name. It's not a big deal. What?
homegrown, and you can have her in your backyard. It's the thing, Wyclef Jean, you wouldn't know. Welcome, good morning.
I can even tell you where it came from.
Yeah,
Good morning, everyone. It's a beautiful day to rise and shine with all of you. We have a fantastic show lined up for you today, okay? And it's filled with delicious recipes, inspiring stories, of course, really important, and plenty of fun and laughter.
All put together through last week up until today, so it's our time to serve it to you. So grab your coffee, tea, or whatever your preference might be for a good morning. Get started already. Let's kickstart your day all together, all of us. We're not alone, but of course, the dapper one, Mr. Mike Mesicano, he's also bearded, is inside the kitchen, ready for a Monday too.
Yes,
The way Mike looks dashing on Mondays these days.
The bed didn't come out. You know that for like 1 year I was off the bed because I had to do some things, but hopefully very soon, when you say the bed one, you see the bed like Olamide's.
No, allow me
That's my
this
director,
one
by the
is
way.
Atraf.
Good to have you. Yeah, you're talking about that
It's going to
already.
be Monday morning, of course. It's the middle of April. There was a lot that happened over the weekend.
Plenty.
It's going to be hard to find what to talk about.
Plenty.
It's gonna be. It's gonna be.
All right,
I
well,
agree.
Mary, I heard the compliment you gave to Mike, and
What? What compliment?
Mike got one. I should get one.
Oh, really? Oh, Mazino got a haircut.
Thank you.
And he's looking so nice and old as always.
Stop.
Let's move on.
Nice. I accept your challenge.
No, but really, this
No more
looks good.
compliments this week.
looks good.
Oh, thank you
This
very
looks
much.
good. I like it.
In any case, you guys, once again, let's say good morning and welcome. Now, thank you guys for picking this, platform to start your week every single week.
Yeah.
But of course, we will not let you guys down. Don't you guys worry. We are here to serve up everything that you expect of us, which is excellence. Like I said from before, my name is Mazino Peel.
And my name is Mary Bashua Alimi. It's our job to serve you the best on breakfast television. Remember, you can watch the show live on GOTV channel 27 and on UHF band 49 on terrestrial.
Yeah, and you can also see our past episodes on YouTube, just in case you haven't been doing so. It's all on there from now till time immemorial. So make sure that you find us out. TVC Entertainments is where to look for on YouTube. And also, once you're putting down your comments, use the hashtag Wakeupnigeria on TVC. It's
Yes.
that easy.
And while using the hashtag, remember to follow us at TVC Connect across all social media platforms, all right?
Yes, indeed.
Okay, so let's tell you what we have in store for you today. For some Monday motivation, we have Dr. Charles Otudo joining us to discuss embracing change and uncertainty. We can't wait for that conversation.
Right after that, we have a musical performance coming your way from Michael Chidebere, popularly known as Panda. Now, he will be thrilling us with the latest track from his collection. So, again, there you guys are going to love this one.
Finally, for SME, Stella Adebayo, the founder of BizGrants, a financial education technology platform, will be joining us this morning. We can't wait for that conversation.
Welcome for a Monday here. It's the 17th of April, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Grown a month older since the last time I clocked the new age. It's crazy.
It is.
Started this
Yes,
process
that's
all
true.
over again.
Your birthday was on March 17th.
Yeah, so it's
Old
another 11 months to go till the next one. Not looking forward. But in any case, how was your weekend? How was your weekend?
Oh,
Okay.
This weekend was all, of course, after being here on Saturday and all of that, football gave the world its biggest story over the past week.
Yes.
So almost every other show that wasn't football, everybody became a football expert, a marriage counselor,
Oh,
Yeah.
and of course
Yep.
a divorce lawyer.
Oh, police.
I would like to say that
Everyone.
for the first time, I'm very interested in football because of the drama, and I think that's
Can you
what's
imagine?
missing. There's often drama on the field, I understand all of that, but the drama outside the
Off
field, I
the
think we
field,
need
yeah.
an entirely new show to just, talk about that kind of stuff that happens.
Oh, Mary, keep your hand there, keep
Mike,
your hand
what's
there.
up? Mike, let's ask him. What team does Hakimi play for?
He does,
No, ask me.
Oh yeah, what team does Hakimi?
Aimba United. PSG, I'm joking, PSG. PSG, come on. It's been all over the news all weekend, so why wouldn't I know?
I just want to mention something that a lot of that is not from any verified source. So
Yeah.
a lot of it.
A lot of it.
In
yes.
fact, 90% of what you're hearing now, 95% is
Might not
not
even be
verified.
true.
I'll say let's
Might
save
be
it
false.
for our
Okay,
of-
all
for our
right.
coffee
Okay,
juice
if you
because it's
want
going to be
to.
very interesting and long one. And Mary has a lot of angles
I used to
come
agree.
from on this
for the
one.
But apart from
weekend,
that,
let
Sunday
me
was
talk
restful.
about my weekend.
Yeah.
Saturday, I was at work, of course, 102.3 Max FM. Lagos. And
A
after
little
that,
lipstick on your teeth there. I can help you if you want me
but
to.
I'll help myself.
There, it's off now.
So after that, Titi's daughters turned 10 on Thursday.
Oh, you guys were there.
Yes, so
you
there
were
was a
there.
birthday
How was the party?
I spent the party at work. I was at work.
Ah.
How was that?
throughout,
I mean,
actually.
forget
Mike, were you there? I don't think
I
you.
closed my show. Is now 11 to 12.
Okay.
And then after the show, I had like 6 crew members. I had to keep longer and all of that. I had to be the one to ensure the traffic was mad there. So by the time I was done with work, it was like 2 o'clock. So I didn't think I could make it after that time.
The
2
party
o'clock,
actually
2, 3.
started about that time.
Oh, I was told that it was going to be much earlier.
And the rice to that was so nice.
The rest was so nice.
Ah, and the
How about
sweet
the rice?
popcorn, everything. See your life.
The bobo and all that.
Maybe
I hope
Titi.
you bounced. Did you bounce on the bouncing castle? If you didn't bounce,
There was a
then-
bouncing castle?
If
Yeah,
you
there was
bounce
no bouncing castle.
at this age, if you bounce on the man, you just end up in the sky.
By the way, let me just mention this. I saw a page, I think there are 2 now on social media. They call it Agbaya Link Up, where guys
But
who
this
are
go
old
make sense,
come together
and
to
do
have
fun
fun.
things.
Like,
Oh no, there's
Yes.
a thing like that, and it's been psychologically proven that it actually helps your work.
Yeah.
guy, we should join. We should be
People,
part of
people
it.
Yes,
actually
we
go through rebirth.
We
They're
should.
born again.
I'm
And I
forget
mean that
born again.
literally.
Born continue. Enjoy continue. To be a child, wonderful.
It's going to be an exciting show here today for a Monday. Thank you for joining us. Do stay tuned.
Good morning. It's the news on Wake Up Nigeria. I am Mike Messikeno. We kick off with news about the supplementary election in Zamfara State, where security agencies say they will resist any attempt by hoodlums to attack persons or destroy public and private property in the name of a protest or celebrating election victory. They say troops have been deployed to strategic areas and parents are advised to call their children and wards to order, as no one caught will be spared. Commandant, Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps, Zamfara Commander Mohammed Muazu, stated this while speaking to newsmen in his office. He described the supplementary election as the most peaceful and credible in recent times. And then moving on from that, we also move to Edo State, where the People's Democratic Party in the state has once again extended its lead in the State House of Assembly with yet another seat won in the Oredo East constituency. People's Democratic Party candidate Frank Imosigo emerged winner of the Oredo East election. The Independent National Electoral Commission announced Mr. Imosigo as the winner after a supplementary election held on Saturday. The INEC returning officer, Professor Augustine Dokbesi, who announced the result at the Oredo Coalition Center, said the PDP flag bearer polled a total of 10,956 votes to edge his main challenger, the Labour Party candidate, into second place with 9,608 votes.
So I observed, normally this is a polling unit, it's a new unit and it's a smaller unit. People don't normally come to vote because they're a new unit.
The process has been very, very orderly, and though it's, the turn-up is somehow, but people come, they do accreditation, at the same time they vote. So everywhere have been very, very...
Then outside Nigeria, fierce clashes have been reported across Sudan as fighting between rival armed factions continue to spread. At least 56 civilians have been killed in fighting between the army and the Rapid Support Forces paramilitary group. The Sudanese Doctors Union says dozens of soldiers have suffered casualties and at least 595 people have been wounded across the country. Fighter jets were witnessed across various parts of Khartoum, seemingly targeting RSF locations using airstrikes. The Sudanese army says it has taken hold of RSF bases in Port Sudan, Kassala, Kadref, Demazin, and Kosti. The RSF claims to occupy sites in Omdurman and Darfur, as well as Merowe Airport in north, but later accounts indicate that the army has regained control of the airport, with the military saying they are dealing with, quote, small pockets of rebels. Take a time out now and return, of course, with the headlines of the dailies.
And of course, you're welcome for a Monday morning. Let's do the headlines. Let's let you know everything that you might find if you decide to pick up any of the national dailies. We're going to begin with the Vanguard newspaper this morning. And we have this headline here, which will meet you. Adamawa gubernatorial polls. Drama as a REC, as REC fight Aro over the declaration of Binani as a winner. INEC nullifies Benani's declaration as governor-elect by Adama Rek, and Adama Rek's actions provocative, says the rioters under there. And then another look at another headline here: rising unemployment. Over 81,000 pension contributors lose jobs in 2 years. Withdraw 49 billion naira from pension fund to cushion impact. Economic shock. Jackpot syndrome fueling job losses, say pension operators, which is believable, quite frankly. To the side of that, UBA's profitability rises 38.2% to 61.4 billion naira in first quarter of 2023, and Olu of Warri decorates Oma Oyewoma as new Olugbetse. That one was something that happened and also made waves over the weekend. Let's move on now to our next daily, and that will be the Punch newspaper. First headline that meets you: Binani declaration. Adama Rek under fire, faces INEC panel today. Adama APC PDP clash. Rek faces 36 months imprisonment. INEC annuls Binani's declaration as governor-elect, says Rek usurps returning officers' power. Atiku Ventiri PDP kick Adama APC hails Binani as supporters jubilate. And then at the bottom of the Punch newspaper this morning, Lagos, Ondo, Bayelsa lead states in rising inflation. Flood sweeps 4-year-old boy, sad story here, away in Lagos, and gunmen abduct Ogun traffic official on Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. Let's move to our third paper for this morning, and that will be The Nation newspaper. Front and center for The Nation, you have this one here: drama, suspense, uproar over Rek's declaration of Binani. It's a recurring headline that we've seen across all the national dailies this morning. Also for The Nation, investors lose 601 billion naira in 4 days. Naira fails amid pressure, and Chidi Amuta got it all wrong on Obi, says Alake. UBA raises profits to 61.4 billion naira in first quarter. Jay's Bank grows profit by 68.5%. A look at the bottom part of the first page for The Nation newspaper. APC controls Senate with 59 seats, PDP 36, LP 8, NNPP, SDP 2 each, and APGA, YPP 1 each. And finally, 22 feared dead, houses razed in fresh attack on southern Kaduna community. Let's see now, can we do one more daily for today? Let's take this final one real quick. It's the Guardian newspaper, very pictorial. Near bankrupt states, available projects await 18 new governors, and a look at the diagram there that shows the state of states and their debts as the transition happens between now and the end of May. It's a very interesting one that you should pick up and maybe read. If you have any comments that you'd like to make, do use the hashtag Wakeupnigeria on TVC. We'd like to know what you think. Stay tuned. We've got more discussions coming your way for our coffee gist in just about a bit.
Nose humidifies the air you breathe.
Yeah.
Back. All right.
So I talk like that.
So for a big nose like Mary now, the
noticed.
air that they take is very fresh.
Mary. No.
Yeah, if you have a big nose, that means there's an advantage. Anyways, so we're talking about Ashraf Hakimi.
No, I understand why you smell so much trouble.
Ooh, because my nose is small.
Very big.
Oh, no,
See
it's
the
small.
nostrils.
It's
we get
cute.
They can
today's
fit a smell.
coffee?
It's cute. It's
You guys,
cute. It's
we
small.
do this after. Please. All right, Mike.
Okay, yes,
Ashraf.
Mike.
I know there's been back a lot about this. I know everybody in the world has heard this. Football has provided headline news for everybody. It was so cool to see people who were never interested about football
Yes.
become football experts, divorce lawyers,
relationship
experts and counselors and all of that. Mommy's boys and all of that. It was trending.
New hashtag.
Many of them don't even know that football stories have the most scandals and
Yeah,
gists.
they do.
Like
football
their
is
other,
like-
their personal
If
lives.
you know about
drama.
if you know about the life of a sailor, a footballer is maybe at that level or even more.
I'm telling you.
Yeah,
Or
They
cross-country trucker.
They can be. So, but the point here is this, yeah. Ashraf Hakimi now has over over the past week, has had over almost 1.5 million followers on Twitter, and I bet you that 90% of those are Nigerians. So you have a group of
I have
guys
no
calling
doubt.
into shows and they tell you that, oh, my name is Mazino Hakimi.
Baby boy for life.
Like, so,
What's the premise of the story,
you
however?
know, it's all blog and gist. There is no verified information, but we all know. Yes, wife has filed for divorce and asking for 50%, and then you go to court and then they say he doesn't have anything. All his assets are in his mother's name.
90%. So
And they
when
did
he
gifts.
gets his 100%, he keeps 10 for his, expenses and stuff, and then he gives his mom 90%, like puts 90% in his mother's care. So when he needs anything that requires the 90%, his mom has to sign it in for him. So meaning he has no money of his own.
So, but the point now is this, even that is still hearsay. There is no official thing. So everything about this could be a lie.
Yeah. But
That's
whether
what
or
we
not
need
it's
to be
a
sure.
lie, we are looking at it from the angle of the next of kin. So on a normal, naturally, when a spouse leaves or the demise of a spouse, like normally the person who is next of kin is usually the wife or the husband, as the case
It's
may
thought
be.
to be.
Or that people don't even know the benefits of next of kin. Next of kin is for if you do not have a will, there will be somebody to get your inheritance. That's actually the purpose of next of kin. So if you don't have a will, you don't have a wife, or a husband, and you don't have children, whoever you put as your next of kin inherits whatever you leave behind. So that's actually the purpose of that. But that aside, we also forget the fact that this is a matter of trust. If you could do this to your wife, personally, if you could do this to your wife or to your husband, then there was never trust in that relationship. So why are you put together?
Remember
Because the
when we
person could
started
easily
talking
have
about this in the
stabbed you.
morning? I said something to you. I said there was intent. Everything led to that one moment. So
Yeah.
it perhaps seemed like, okay, I'm going to engineer this in a way that if anything happens, if she leaves, then she doesn't take my money with me. So it gives you an insight into the condition of the marriage
Yeah.
from way
It
before.
was
Even if he had
unhealthy.
all these
So, but you say all
scandals.
of this, let me say something with a little bit of insight, yeah? It wasn't because of the marriage and why he would have made that decision, and this is why I say so. They met when he was 19.
They were young, like he
Yeah.
didn't have
No, they're
anything.
not young. She's 12
19
years
is
older
not
than him.
young.
She's 12 years older.
She's 12 years older than him.
That's 31.
Yeah.
So she
She
was
was
not
young too now. Is 31 or young?
She was not young. 12 years older than the boy when they
She's
met.
younger minded, she's young.
Now, the point now I'm trying to say
Telling her
is
she's
that
an old woman.
as at 19. Now, if you look at football, the way football is run, even if you're an academy member, as at 19, he was just starting his career.
Yeah.
Most of the time, you have some sort of conservatorship by your
Yes,
guardian or your
yes.
parent.
Yeah.
And then he is a real mommy's boy. From his, this is what I can assure you, he's a mommy's boy. When he wins tournaments, his mother is watching, he runs out, goes to kiss the mom, goes to hug the mom, dance with the mom. So this is something that has been in place even before the relationship came in. And then now understand that the mom is an immigrant. He was born in Spain. And then when these people said, look, my mom suffered for me. She made everything for me. People drew a reference to Rema. Rema, who said when he was 17 when he got
his
his
mom
first
1
million,
million.
and he gave it all to his mom.
Yeah.
She did everything for me. So that was that kind of arrangement that has been with him. I don't know if you get the point. It was not because of the marriage. And then the girl...
Well, this is the way I
that?
see it as somebody, an outsider who's just looking at the situation. Yes, you're correct. But then again, there must have also been that instance where somebody said, okay, this is what is on ground now. As a lawyer, I would suggest to you that you take advantage of these factors. And that's because it seemed a bit too engineered to just be by chance or just like, oh, this is how things were.
And then when he's
It worked to
older,
his advantage.
he is not the
However,
first person
do they
to
have kids?
started his...
They have
They
kids.
do.
So
Two
my
kids.
question
Two
is,
kids.
how do you
2 kids.
make such an arrangement that, I don't know what arrangement is with his kids, but it puts your partner, a former partner, at such a disadvantage to the extent that I'm thinking, once you said to somebody, I love you, it's very impossible. It should be impossible for you to want to cause that person pain. So if I'm going to separate from a partner, I wouldn't want to say go and die.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's okay.
no, she's
Maybe you
not,
should
no.
take it. Let's go for a quarter instead of half of it.
So she's worth 3 million. So it's not like she's
Just
looking for money.
is she
In
Angelina
comparison
Jolie?
to what he
No.
has.
But
Exactly.
not.
it's usually.
In Spain, in this thing,
It's not
she might be
enough.
bigger than
It's
Jolie.
not enough.
See, at the end of the day, if you really, truly loved somebody, you wouldn't want that person to suffer just because you're both no longer together. If you really love somebody, a divorce is not the reason to want the end of that person's life. That's the meaning.
Why
now.
are you taking this thing from
I'm taking it personal because some people will say, I don't
told you
care.
to end
Since
my
you want to
baby, you're
leave,
taking
go.
it too far.
I don't care what happens to you. Somebody that is the father of your children or the mother of your children, as the case may be.
you say end like
Please,
that?
let's take it easy. Let's
All
take
the
it
kids
easy.
will
Divorce is not the end of life. It does not mean the person should go and die. Let's take it
What
easy.
she said.
Let's
take
take
a
it easy,
break
oh.
real quick. Yes, if you've got any comments, use the
You, I know
hashtag
you, your
Wakeupnigeria
girlfriend,
TVC.
your wife.
Now you guys can continue whatever it was you guys started in the beginning.
Mike.
We'll be back. And you're welcome. It's time for us to show you what we have inside the kitchen. Today's one's very simple, and it goes with the time, in fact. We've got our chef here. Should I call you a chef? Rahman. Did I get that right?
Yes.
Yes, I did. Good to have you here.
Thank
so,
you.
tell us exactly what it is we're putting together today.
I'm going to be making strawberry smoothies and mango smoothies.
Strawberry smoothies and mango. So, two different kinds
Two
of
different
smoothies.
kinds of smoothies.
So, we have our pieces here that we're going to be using for that. We've got some mango, as you can see, and that red stuff there. What is that?
Frozen strawberries.
Frozen strawberries, already mashed.
Yes.
Okay, blended.
Yes.
So, if I get the strawberries, as in,
Then you wash it.
Mm-hmm.
After washing it, then you have to put it in a bowl, keep it in the freezer to freeze. Yes.
Okay, is there a difference? What if I don't freeze it?
Yeah. Just for preservation.
Just for
Anyway.
okay, for preservation. So that's our strawberry there, and we've also got bananas. So Mary particularly has a problem with bananas. If she can't have bananas for her smoothie, what could she use in place of bananas?
Okay. Actually, the bananas is meant to sweeten the smoothies.
Ah.
So that means you have to make use of pineapple.
Pineapples. There you go. So pineapples. Don't worry, we got you guys sorted. And I can also see that we have what's this, milk?
No, you got.
Ah, yogurt. So what kind are we using? Sweetened yogurt or just
You can actually make use of sweetened or unsweetened.
sweetened or unsweetened? So hey, whatever your flavor is, whatever your preference is, this is what you're gonna need. But how can we apply this kind of drink, or do we call it a meal?
It's a meal.
When we're talking about Ramadan, for instance. Now, when can we use it?
You can actually use it to break, and you can actually take it at sahur.
Sahur
yes.
is what now?
That's the meal, pre-dawn meal.
Pre-dawn meal, like in the morning.
Yes.
Okay, well that's good. That's good. That's fantastic. So it's that easy. Listen, this you can put together in 15 minutes
Yes.
if you have everything
if you have all the
already.
ingredients ready.
Put this together in 15 minutes. You can actually ingest it as one meal, an entire meal, and then you're good for at least a couple of hours until you break your fast in the evening, which you could also still use. That's called, what's that one called?
Iftar, when you
Iftar.
break.
When you break, you can use that for iftar as well. Hey, we're going to get you guys all set up in just about a bit. You guys can also, if you have these material or these ingredients inside of your home, your fridge or your pantry, you could also perhaps maybe bring it all out and maybe we could do this together. It's that easy. So we're going to take a short break, move over to Mary, and we're going to maybe come back when we start off everything so you guys can see every single process. So Mary, we've got some motivation today now, haven't we, with the ambassador, Dr. Otudo. Did I get that?
I was wondering at the break because I wanted to ask if I can sprinkle black pepper on smoothie. If
Oh,
it
so
will still be all right.
Rama, can we sprinkle
can,
black
right?
pepper on it?
Yes.
Black, but
You
Mary,
can.
why would you want to have black pepper in your smoothie?
Because you know how it is now. We like pepper in everything.
Oh,
That's the spice of life.
but of course,
So
when you
sprinkle black pepper or
Yeah.
atagungun or
No.
don't do it. That's
When you said we can put pepper, I was already thinking of slicing atarudo, spice it up.
Mary.
But really,
Let's do motivation now, shall we? Before you carry this thing to another place we don't know.
well, it's time for some Monday motivation. Don't worry, there's no pepper involved in this. It's just for your personal growth, all right? And we have Dr. Charles Otudo on the couch to discuss embracing change and uncertainty. Just so you know, Dr. Charles Otudo is Africa's premier brand strategist and engagement consultant. As always, it's so good to have you.
Pleasure is mine. Good morning.
Fantastic. Okay, so when we talk about change, I've always believed that it takes some superhuman to embrace change easily.
First,
Why is that usually the case?
because it's inevitable. Change and uncertainty is totally inevitable. It's like waking up every day and you open up your eyes. It's inevitable. So in a fast-paced world, it's a constant. So it's inevitable. It's like asking yourself, why do I have to go to sleep at night? It's inevitable. You must sleep. Unless you have a disorder.
Very true.
So change and uncertainty is inevitable in life. It's like growth.
Oh, okay, so in what ways can we embrace change?
I think for me, today I want to try and see if I can rush through my 8 points. My first point is that you must acknowledge the reality.
Acknowledge the reality.
That yes, you must acknowledge it.
That change has happened.
That happened.
Something different.
Yes, so
on ground.
acknowledge the reality that change is a natural phenomenon. You have to accept it. If you don't, it means you're still stuck in yesterday. When change occurs, there must be the mental state to adopt. Humans are naturally not adopting because that's how we are as humans. But unfortunately, at times we go into denial. It can't happen to me, or it has not happened. So it's a mental state, and so you have to accept that it's inevitable. Okay, so you have to also develop what I call the growth mindset.
Growth mindset. Okay.
If change doesn't happen, how can you grow? Without change, you can't grow. It's like your nails. It's inevitable. They must grow. Your hair must grow. So accept it that one is inevitable. Develop the mindset that it's part of growth. Because without it, there was no growth. Every experience we go through adds value to our memory bank.
Sure.
Every experience you go through is either a positive in your memory bank or a negative.
That's true.
So the better off you are if you accept that it's inevitable. So have the growth mindset. Then also, point 3 is cultivate resilience.
Cultivate resilience.
Resilience, okay. When you accept that change must happen, is inevitable, and uncertainty is inevitable, why must you have resilience? Resilience is the ability to grow into and withstand the pangs of growth. The spirit of resilience is in all of us. Humans have the resilience, the spirit of resilience. We all have it. We all have the capacity. But you see, it's in different grades, and we all have different thresholds. So accept that it must happen. So when you have the mindset of resilience, it puts you, conditions you to a point where you know that I must adopt.
To digress a bit,
Yes.
you know this resilience and stretching part, it has me thinking of something I hear often. I've been stretched to my limits. I've been stretched beyond my limits. Is it possible to actually get stretched beyond your limits, or you still haven't reached your limits if you keep being stretched?
I don't think that we get to the point where we've gone beyond our limits. It's your mindset and adapting to realities. For instance, you have got a job and you are enjoying the function, and the management transfers you to a different department where you're going to meet new people. You have to make new friends.
Learn new things as well.
Now, the challenge here is that you have to grow out of your old role and grow into a new role with more responsibilities. For some people, they stay in the old mindset and go into the new role with the old mindset. That is where resilience comes in. Adaptability. We need to be able to adapt to new situations. So that's where resilience comes in. Now, apart from resilience, you have to have flexibility.
Flexible.
A lot of us we're too stiff.
Too rigid.
Comfort zones.
Yeah.
I'm in my comfort zone.
The unpopular comfort zone.
I'm used to Francis and Mozino, and I love my kitchen setting. Meanwhile, they're pushing you into management. That should create a new mindset for expanding your capacity. So flexibility. Most of the time, we're not flexible. We're too stiff because we are used to being in that space.
We're too caught in our ways.
Comfort zones are dangerous zones. So apart from flexibility, I think that we also have to practice mindfulness.
Mindfulness?
Yes, because you see, it's the practice of being fully present in the now and being in control of your present situation. You have to practice mindfulness. What it does for you is it ensures that you get to a state where you are in the present, not in the past. So your growth has to go with mindfulness because your state of mind accepts your present, not the yesterday. So we need to understand mindfulness. And then for me, if you look at all the steps, the most critical one for me is about embracing change. We need to embrace it. Growth does not come from comfort zones.
True.
You need to embrace it. So if you don't embrace the change, you can't even adapt to the change and the growth. So how do you now understand uncertainty and change and growth? Because it's part of life. So it's about the human mind understanding that it's all part of the human experience. So if you do not change your mindset, you will resist the growth. And that's why you have a lot of people, they stay in the negative when change happens. Because they've not adjusted mentally to the reality. And that's where the mindfulness comes in critically. Understanding the state of now, the present. This is the present, okay? So finally, I'll wrap it up to us. When you accept that the uncertainty is inevitable, you will adjust to the reality and then now focus on adaptability to the reality. Because that's the only way. If you stay in in the past, the world moves ahead.
Yeah. Time doesn't stand
lot
still
of
for anybody.
Grow because they adopt and move into the present. The people you see that do not grow are those that refuse to adapt to the reality. So it's all about the mindset and understanding that it's about adopting, having mindfulness, and then understand that change is inevitable, and then growth must come with the pangs of the present, or else you are staying in the same position without any growth.
This is profound. This is profound because we tend to look at embracing change and reality as something huge, but you've been able to break it into easy steps that one can easily understand, which is quite helpful.
But finally, I think that people should focus on what they can control. Focus on what...
Which is what's within.
Yes, you can.
You can't control what's outside.
You can't control change, inevitability, but what can you control?
How you react to it.
How you react to it. You got it. I told you last week you're a good student.
I try. Thank you so much indeed for your time, Dr. Charles Otudo. Always a pleasure learning from you. Thank you indeed. And thank you as well for watching Wake Up Nigeria. We're far from done though. This is just the first hour gone by. We still have 45 minutes on the other side. Just stay with us. Welcome back to the show. I can't wait to dig into what the chef is making. Like you already know, we are your breakfast buddies, here to make your mornings brighter and your bellies happier.
I don't know where to go after that.
You were in the kitchen. I expected you to say, oh yeah.
I don't know.
It was...
I'll tell you something about smoothies. I used to really love them because I thought that was going to be the healthier option.
Yes, they were going to help him with his tummy.
I started taking so much of them, but I realized that it made me bigger. It actually did. But one thing I realized was the bananas actually they're an agent for...
Okay, so let's stick around and let's get this breakfast party started for a Monday, because I don't quite know where Mazina is carrying us go.
I will still have the smoothies for this morning in any case, just in case anybody's thinking they were going to have my share. Nope, I'm going to keep it.
Look at you.
Anyhow, 45 minutes left to go. My name is Mazino Appeal.
And my name is Mary Bashua Alimi. It's our job to serve you the best. Remember, I said so in the first hour. So remember, you can watch the show live on GOTV channel 27 and on UHF band 49 on terrestrial. And okay, go on. Is it me you're talking to like that? Oh yeah, go on.
Okay, and you can also make sure that you're following us across all social media handles at TVC Connect. Also watch the past editions for the show on YouTube. You can do that if you search us out on YouTube, TVC Entertainment is what to look out for. Use the hashtag as well, Wake Up Nigeria on TVC.
Yeah, I was actually going to say the other time that please follow us at TVC Connect across all social media platforms. But then he cut in. He interrupted me. He didn't let me finish my flow, but it's all right. Let's tell you what to expect this hour. We have a musical performance from Michael Chidiebere, popularly known as Panda. He'll be thrilling us with his latest track titled Money.
Finally, for SME, Stella Adebayo, the founder of BizGrant, a financial education technology platform that offers valuable tips and insights for business owners looking to accept grants, funding, and achieve success. She'll be telling us more about all of this, and we will be all ears when that time comes around. We're letting you guys in on those testimonials you see there from her customers. But now, Guys, I'm not worried. I'm actually quite excited about the advancement science and technology is making lately. I've been all about chat.
Seriously, I'm
Mike,
very
come on.
sure no AI sips coffee like that.
I was gonna talk about AI. So listen, yeah, I've been very excited about ChatGPT. Apart from the fact that it's
GPT.
GPT,
Okay,
GPT
no.
actually, it's taking jobs from people very soon. Bestman will be out of a job very soon
Because he
if you
can't
guys-
write scripts anymore.
because I can just write the scripts that he writes. You
See
know.
your mouth.
But in any case, I don't know how far we are going to push technology because right now it is amazing the things that are happening. Elon Musk, SpaceX, they're launching. I think it's today they're launching, and they're launching with a very interesting kind of rocket. This rocket is reusable. Formerly, if you know, rockets would actually go up in space, offload their boosters, and that causes plenty of debris in space anyhow, or it'll burn down. But this time it can go re-enter. And what they plan to use it for is to populate Mars. Every 26 months, he says, go and come, put people there, that kind of thing. Is it possible? Space 1999, I'm old, I'm sorry. If you guys remember.
People are buying land outside of Earth and all
Yeah.
of that. And yes,
Exactly.
there's been talk about that. I mean, the Earth is just it's not up to 0.00000000001% of everything, of the entirety of creation, as it were, if you believe in creation. It's just a small part.
And you haven't
one
factored
would
in
wonder,
black holes. that
yes,
can
at
lead you
all.
to
So
other
one would wonder that
dimensions.
why is it that we have so much uninhabitable space? Or is it because, there's going to be evolution. You think of 50 years back, things that are happening now felt like a dream and all of that. And so,
Possibility.
yes, those places are, in quotes, uninhabitable, but are there things that we could do to make them habitable? Yes, there are things that we could do. And yeah, 50 years from now, 100 years from now, I'm going to see my cousin Jupiter.
There are so many places on Earth that haven't been occupied yet. So looking outside is part of man's adventure. But even at that, I do not believe that AI will take jobs. Yes, to a large extent, but not like really wiping off everything, because there needs to be manpower to even make these things function. There was a time that there are certain things that have been taken from AI, from humans, that AIs do, that people look back and they're like, you know what, when humans were doing this, it was a whole lot better. Yes, you can improve technology. Yes, you can, put things together. You can move things around. But I just always believe that there has to be a man. There has to be a man behind the machine. That's my opinion.
Amen.
Yes, amen.
That's the thing.
But then there will be someone who has to
from
do it,
before-
someone with the expertise.
From before, when there was like 10 people behind the scenes, now you have one person. The other 9 people have lost each other. Why are you laughing,
It
Mike?
does.
What's going on?
This thing Mary is saying is 1990. Hey, go on. You know what is coming.
I'm telling you. No, Mike, see, I'm worried.
You know what is coming.
Look,
Mike,
no matter what is coming,
Mike, I'm worried.
there are certain things that
Let me
are
tell you.
human-centric, and there are certain things
What?
that you can
Most
use
of it are technology.
a machine for.
By the time it comes into public space, the military most especially
Yeah.
has used it like 30, 40
Years before.
years ago.
Yeah.
What they are using now, they're talking of man.
Tell you what I'll do, Mary. After the show, you and I are going to sit down and we'll have a class on ChatGPT and you'll see what I mean.
I'm never going on that app.
Then you'll be left behind. You will be
Let-
left. That's the
leave
point.
me
You will be
alone.
left behind.
Do you know that thing takes over? That thing
Listen,
takes,
didn't you
I'm not
just
I
do
not
the
like putting
motivation
my
session?
information on digital space.
You just did the
Please.
motivation session, yeah? Accept change with positivity.
I have no problem with change, but there are certain change that I draw the line on, period.
Please,
Wow.
to all of you out there,
What?
in your own best interest, don't be like Miri.
Nah.
What happened to you if I don't learn?
Listen, do stay tuned. We've got more coming your way. We've blended all our stuff inside of the kitchen ready for you guys. That smoothie is taking its way right now. And very soon it's going to find itself inside my stomach. Yum, yum.
It's the news once again on Wake Up Nigeria. I am Mike Messikeno. We begin with a story in Kogi State, where the Nigerian Union of Journalists has cautioned aggrieved aspirants who participated in the governorship primary elections against a misrepresentation of facts regarding the conduct of the elections, saying that as journalists who covered the exercise, they were in a better position to give account of events around the process. The chairman of NUJ Kogi chapter, Adeza Momo Jimo, said reports by certain politicians claiming that the primary elections did not hold anywhere were not just far from the truth, but also showed disrespect for journalists who covered the elections widely and reported their findings. Accordingly, he spoke during a press briefing held on Sunday after an emergency council meeting of the union at the NUJ Secretariat in Lokoja, the state capital.
Our attention has been drawn to some reports in the media by politicians since the conduct of APC governorship primary in Kogi, trying to condemn the exercise and in a way impugning on the integrity of journalists and our various media houses. Having monitored and reported the process in our media outlets, journalists converged at the Collation Center at the APC Secretariat in Lokoja and stayed up to 3 a.m. in the morning of Saturday to also cover the collation and declaration of results. For us at the Kogi NUJ, we stand by the reports of journalists as published in their media houses on the conduct of the election. We want to use this medium to advise our politicians to use the prescribed ways of seeking redress whenever the outcome of elections are not favorable to them, rather than resorting to blackmail and attempting to pull everything down.
Now, former Senator Dino Melai has emerged winner of the Kogi State People's Democratic Party governorship primaries. Mr. Dino polled 312 votes to defeat his closest rival, Jabiru Usman, who polled 127 votes. The chairman of PDP Primary Election Committee, Ahmed McCarthy, announced the results on Sunday at the end of the indirect primary held in Lokoja. Senator Dino will be contesting the November 11 poll alongside the former Auditor General of the local government in Kogi State, Usman Ododo, who is a candidate of the All Progressive Congress in the state. And then this is in Damawa. Department of State Services says it has commenced an investigation into the attack unleashed on one of its operatives during the controversial governorship election rerun in the state. In a video that has gone viral online, an official of the DSS is seen being manhandled by some political thugs in Yola. Reacting to the ugly development, the Public Relations Officer of the DSS, Peter Afunaya, said a full investigation into the matter had begun, but did not give further details. And then outside Nigeria, fierce clashes have been reported across Sudan as fighting between rival armed factions continue to spread. At least 56 civilians have been killed in a fighting between the army and Rapid Support Forces paramilitary group. The Sudanese Doctors Union says dozens of soldiers have suffered casualties and at least 595 people have been wounded across the country. Fighter jets were witnessed across various parts of Khartoum, seemingly targeting RSF locations using airstrikes. The Sudanese army says it has taken hold of RSF bases in Port Sudan, Kassala, Kadref, Demazin, and Kosti. The RSF claims to occupy sites in Omdurman and Darfur, as well as Meru Airport in the north. But later, accounts indicate that the army has regained control of the airport, with the military saying they are dealing with, quote, small pockets of rebels, end of quote. We'll take a time out now. Stay with us. When we get back, I don't know why Mazino has his hands in nylon or gloves and all that. You've not been in gloves since it's 9. You want to be in gloves. Well, we'll see all of that when we get back from this time out.
That was not part of the show. That just happened. I don't know how to handle bananas. Okay, welcome back. Ayan Rahman here. And Rahman has actually shown me how to do this. She's put together a couple of smoothies. So I'm going to be trying my own flavor out with all 3, I think, different fruits that we have. So she's just watching me do this. It's quite easy. Even Mike can do this. That's our bananas in there, which we're going to be blending. We forgot to tell you that we've got our blender here. And I notice everything is iced. Everything's cold.
Yes.
So I want all flavors in my smoothie. We've got yogurt here, which I'm going to be... Tell me if it's enough. Is this enough?
It's okay.
All right. And then after that, our strawberry, frozen strawberry. Not a big fan of strawberries, so I'm not going to be using too much. I think just 2 spoons will do. Oops, there we go. So clumsy Mazzino. Now that we're done with that, yogurt goes in, yeah? How much yogurt do I need to put in there?
It depends on your preference.
My preference, huh? So I don't like the thick smoothie. I like my smoothie a bit liquidy. Is that enough?
Yes.
So I'm going to use the yogurt. And I'm going to add a little water in mine so I can drink it instead of slurp it like Mike. I don't like that sound. It's nah, Mike, you shouldn't be making that sound when you drink your coffee or your smoothie. It's not for guys. All right then. So now that that's done, I've never used one of these before in my life. There is one at home, however, and it's not closing. Oh, you keep doing that. So there, that's actually a meal on its own already. So we can't blend this on air because of the horrible sound, but we're going to do that off air. Now, we can't do that now. We'll do that out because it's very, very loud and everything. But that there in that little cup is a meal. And it's that simple. So remember, today for iftar, you could be doing this. That could be it. It's grand. Iftar. Did I get that right? Iftar. Iftar. I'm learning.
You're trying.
I'm trying. Thank you very much. So it's that easy. So when we come back, we'll be showing you all the different flavors that we have, including this one. I'm going to be calling the Mazzino shake. And we'll be giving you guys a taste. So let's take a quick break. And when we come back, it will be time for tasting. And I hope I get more than just a glass full because I'm looking forward to that one. Stay tuned. Let's do a feature instead. You know what? What should we do now? There's so many to pick from. Let's take you to the spa. How's that? We'll be back.
Time for SME on Wake Up Nigeria. And joining us today is Stella Adebayo. She is the founder of BizGrant, a financial education technology platform that offers valuable tips and insights for business owners looking for to get access to grants, funding, and of course achieve success, which is the big deal. Good to have you here with us.
Thank you. Good
So
morning.
I like the fact that your business is self-explanatory, BizGrant, because getting grants is a big deal for many companies. But before we talk about getting the grants, how did you come about BizGrant?
Okay, so I own a private school, a nursery primary secondary school in Lagos. So I started in 2018.
Okay.
And before I started, I didn't know anything about running a business. But I went on Google, I did my search, and I didn't even know anything about business plan. But I did my projections. I was like, okay, I'll hire this number of staff. Tuition fee will be like this and all. And then 3 months into the business, parents were owing me. I was broke. There was no money. Like I had issues with cash flow. I couldn't pay my staff salaries. I could remember clearly the December of that year. I couldn't even pay my staff salaries. It was that bad. I was depressed. So that day, there was a day I was just scrolling across Facebook, and I saw one of my former schoolmates at Unilag. She held a billboard, like a checkboard, where she won 100K. And then I looked at the organization giving the grant, and then I went on Google, I did my search, and that was it. And then I applied to the organization. The first time, I didn't get in. And then I went to look at those that won. I looked at what they did, and I realized my mistake. I was going to try again. And then I tried again in January, and that was how I got selected for the grant. And then I realized that a lot of businesses, the money at this time was 250,000 right there, but then it was like $1 million. So getting that money, not just the money, but I was also able to access knowledge on how to run my business better, to ensure that customers do not owe me and all. And afterwards, I realized a lot of businesses were also in my shoes. They hadn't registered their businesses. They didn't know how to structure their businesses. And then I began to buy books. I researched more. And then people were asking me, what strategy did I use to win the grant that I won? And then I thought of it. And one thing is, that particular organization, I got 250. I could get $1 million by December if I could come back and say, okay, with the 250, I was able to do X, Y, Z. Yeah. So I was like, okay, if I'm going to do this, and I'm going to also get people to vote for me, because that was also part of the criteria at the time. And I was like, okay, why can't I just create a community where people can just, I'll give them value. I teach them my strategies. They also shoot their shot and win. And when it's time for me to vote, it's very easy for me to leverage the numbers. Yes. To get them to vote for me. And that was how I was like, okay, what name am I using? And then I thought of the fact that big brands, names were very short, easy to remember.
2 phrases.
And
people
when I started my school, the name was so long. Like,
what was it called?
Nursery Robot Schools.
What?
Nursery Robot.
Nursery Robot.
Yes.
Nursery Robot. That's 4, okay.
Yes, because I studied French in school, so I was just thinking about me. You know, sometimes people go into businesses, they think about what they like, but it should always be about the customer. So the lessons I picked from my school, I was able to.
So what is it called now?
It's still, okay, NRS.
Nice one.
So, and that was how I started. I created a WhatsApp community, and then we moved, and today here we are.
Now, this is a success story. Not everybody has that success story, so I must really celebrate you.
Thank you.
For those who are probably just coming across grants, many people do not know that there's actually a difference between grants and loans. They still have that mindset that, this people giving me this amount of money, they would be expecting me to pay back. But there are actually certain things. Could you shed light on that? Things you need to know about grants.
Okay, so first off, let me make the clarification. Grant is free.
Yeah.
Like anything that you're giving, you're not required to pay back. It is free. Grants are available in funding, resources, mentorship, capacity building in form of accelerator, incubator, fellowship, and resources like business equipment. So some organizations, they give training as well as funding. Some organizations, they give just funding. Take it, you submit your application, submit your business plan, they select you, and then you get the money. While others, they provide you with training, because sometimes you can even get, the business owners can even get the money and they blow it up without the right knowledge. So it is free. Unlike loan, when you get a loan, you'll be required to pay back with or without interest. But grant, it is free. Whatever amount, whether I started with 250K before I began to access higher funds. Like you could get 500K, a million, 5 million, even as much as $100,000, $300,000 from international organizations. But knowing that the grants are free, like I used to say, why people wonder who wants to give me free money? Why do they want to support me? Okay, so these organizations that give grants, it's part of, some of them, their CSR project, their corporate social responsibility is to give back to the society. You know, they know once they're able to lift a business, once they're able to support you, that business has the capacity to provide employment. The business has the capacity to hire more people, get them trained, and also lift other people. So that's why they are supporting. It's their own way of giving back to the society. And these organizations that give these grants, like they have goals and objectives. They want to also be able to say at the end of the year, in the last 1 year, in the last 6 months, we were able to help 200 business owners. And those businesses, they were able to increase their revenue by 20%, 30%, 50%. They were able to provide XYZ amount of employment opportunity. So that is why they do that.
Now, online, we see a lot of fraudulent folks claiming to be giving grants and then certain things happen. But before we touch on that, just as an aside, on a lighter note, what's the highest amount you've ever gotten? Grants.
Okay, like from a particular organization.
Yes.
Okay, I've gotten 2 million naira.
2 million naira.
Yes.
That's from one organization.
Yes.
So when we look at how many organizations have you been able to access grants from?
Like I've lost count.
You've lost count?
Yes.
As in you've lost count?
Yes.
Wow.
When I say 2 million in cash, okay, and then I'll also say that the other organizations that provided money and resources with the knowledge have made
a lot more from it.
Yes.
A lot more. So you've been able to convert that 2 million to 20 million because of the extra.
More than that.
Even more than that, yes, because of the extra. Now let's go back to my question about fraudulent folks.
Okay.
Because you see loads of messages on social media. You saw your friend.
Yes.
Your friend was displaying $100,000 grant she got. But then there are people who display 100,000 naira rather.
Ma'am.
And then there are people who display such, but it's actually fraud. How can you tell the fake from the real? Okay,
so just like I tell my students, I tell them that, I usually tell them that if you want to know that an organization is genuine, one, they will not tell you to pay any money for application. It is zero application fee. The entire process from the beginning to the end, it is free. You are not expected to pay to apply or to get the phone.
So the moment you're being asked for money,
that's a red flag.
That's a red flag.
Yes,
that's a red flag. Completely free.
Yes, it's free. And then some organizations, they will be like, people should vote for you, and then those that are going to vote for you, maybe they will have to vote via SMS and all of this. Anything that requires you to pay, it is red flag.
It's a red flag.
Yes, but when the entire process is free and fair, you're good to go.
So I have to come back to your business, because if you talk about the process being free and fair, it does make me wonder how you leverage on this to, you know, at least a business is all about making money.
Okay.
How do you run your business then? How do you go about it?
Okay. So it's just like someone who wants to get into the university. Person has to write WAEC. Person has to bypass questions. Person has to attend tutorial. That's where we come in. there's a knowledge gap.
So you are the tutorial.
Yes, filling the knowledge gap.
Okay.
I show you the processes. Like instead of just going on Google and spending several hours that you could spend to create strategies, marketing strategies to grow your business, you can actually learn from experts like me. So that's where I come in. I train, so we have online courses, okay, on grants, the A to Z of grant writing, how to prepare your business plan, how to pitch your business, preparing for virtual, in-person pitch, how to position your business, how to structure your business to be able to stand a greater chance at winning grant opportunities. So we provide that in my company at this grant. And also, we also help them to register their businesses. So that's how we make money.
And you work with all classes of people?
Yes, all classes of people.
Male, female, or just female?
Male, female, all classes of businesses.
Okay.
Micro, nano, small businesses, medium enterprises. We work with all classes of businesses.
All right. So if you have a business and you've been wondering how to fund your business, this might be just one way. There are actually several ways. We have several ways to fund your business, but grants are an excellent way, especially because you don't have to pay back. Yeah. Okay, at this point, we're going to take a look at some of the testimonials from your clients.
Okay.
So people can actually feel what she's been able to achieve in the course of her business, Biz Grant, while we head straight to the kitchen, because we have breakfast for you.
Oh,
yeah.
Nice.
If you're looking for how to scale up your business without borrowing money from the bank, you need to rush to Biz Grant's Instagram page now and just ask her how to start, right? She's the Jagaban of Grant.
They say you're Jagaban
of grants.
Please, do I need grant to...
For wet puppy.
Wet puppy socks.
We'll never hear the end of wet puppy.
Yes, please. Now I know where to go to and get my grant before the
So
end
if
of
you
the
see it everywhere, just know that I did not do money laundering. So let's talk about breakfast.
Let's talk about breakfast. I don't know if we'll call this breakfast. It's just actually a smoothie. It took us like that.
It is breakfast. This is filling.
Yeah, like Ramat said, you could actually have it for a meal. You know,
It's
we've
not
got
everything.
two flavors here.
If we blended amala with ewedu now, it would be breakfast. But because it's fruits,
we had three flavors. Mike
Mary
drank the third one. He couldn't wait.
Already.
So, Mama, please tell us
I'm
exactly
innocent,
what flavors we have now.
Okay, these strawberry smoothies and this mango. This has strawberry, banana, and yogurt. This contains mangoes, banana, and yogurt.
Which one did he drink?
Mike took the
Mixture.
one with the mixture.
That's
all
the
the-
man.
they
That
said
would have
third
been.
flavor.
What was the color? At least if we did not see, we'll know the color.
innocent.
Mixture of the two.
It wasn't very nice
This is
color.
what happened when Masino went to
So,
sell.
do you like mangoes or strawberry?
I think I'll prefer mangoes.
Mangoes. Okay, go ahead.
Please,
Okay.
feel
Yeah.
free. Tell us what it tastes like. I'm sure
Can't
you'll
wait to
love
get
it.
your feedback
Thank you.
on this one. You actually like it?
Yeah, I do.
We have outperformed every other kitchen session on Wake Up Nigeria. Thank you very much for
Bless your word. Whenever
we make
Martino
it
is in
seem-
the kitchen,
Yes,
you always
yes,
feels
yes.
See, she
killed it.
agrees.
Yes, yes, yes.
Just because you wore one night.
Where's your banana? Take your banana.
Because you want one
Take-
nylon.
Take,
Are you
take.
not
Yeah,
even
Mike,
what's
Mike, have
happening?
your banana. Mike is averse to bananas on television. I don't know why.
Right, that's it. Thank you for being a part of this show today. Thank you for coming. Thank you to all our guests
Yeah.
for
Yes,
this.
indeed.
Thank you
It's
so
been a
much.
wonderful
you
Monday.
did.
We'll see
Thank
you
you.
tomorrow.
Thank you, everybody. Catch you guys
Enjoy
tomorrow.
your week.
Put together your smoothies, okay?
Tomorrow.
And show us. Use the hashtag Wake Up Nigeria TVC.
This is racist. This is not good.
Bye-bye, everybody.
This thing make, if you know what happens in Spain one day, when they throw back, this thing makes